If your baby has eczema or food allergies run in your family, then you might be overlooking one of the most powerful ingredients in your kitchen, and it's purple. I do a lot of work with families whose babies have allergies or sensitivities. And I recently noticed that there's a greater increase of families who are not including fruit or starchy vegetables. And this is because there's a fear that it may impact the gut lining. But here's the thing: the color in plant foods actually equals communication. And it's a very important type of communication that has to do with your baby's immune system. For example, there was a really interesting study that just came out, and it's about blueberries. And in the study, researchers used freeze-dried blueberry powder. This study came out of the Children's Hospital in Colorado, and it was with babies who were just starting solids, and they were given either a blueberry powder or a powder that mimicked blueberry powder. And so what this means is that this trial was a double-blind, placebo-controlled, and randomized trial. So it's a very high-quality study. And here's what they found. Babies who ate the blueberry powder daily had better gut bacteria and a higher functioning immune system than babies who did not. Blueberry eating babies had more of an immune signal called interleukin 10, which inhibits mast cell degranulation or allergy symptoms, really important for eczema. And interleukin 10 also manages inflammation. And this management of inflammation is really important because we want babies to gain an oral tolerance or a gut tolerance to allergens like peanut and egg. Blueberry eating babies also had less interleukin 13. Interleukin 13 is associated with the allergy arm of the immune system, or the Th2 response. And this is what, when activated, promotes the development of allergy. Now, why is freeze-dried blueberry powder so powerful? Well, it has to do with something called anthocyanins. And a lot of purple foods have these anthocyanins. Blueberries, blackberries, elderberries, cherries, plums, red cabbage, purple sweet potatoes, and those really yummy corn tortillas from Hacienda that are blue. All have anthocyanins. Anthocyanins are pigments which give these plant foods their color. How do anthocyanins work? Well, they help to protect the gut barrier by reducing inflammation, as we mentioned earlier. They support what's called tight junctions of the gut, so that makes sure that the gut is really strong and it has a secure boundary between each of the cells. Anthocyanins also feed good gut bacteria. And remember, that was part of the study, is that they found that babies eating blueberries had higher levels of good bacteria. Anthocyanins also have been found to reduce harmful bacteria in the gut. And specifically, this is referring to E. coli. Anthocyanins have been found to reduce harmful levels of bad bacteria like E. coli in the gut. And E. coli would be bad and therefore promote inflammation and a leakiness of the gut. In terms of immune balance, anthocyanins downregulate those harmful immune signals that cause inflammation and upregulate regulatory T cells. So that's a good thing. When your baby's gut barrier is strong, it learns peace instead of panic. And this is a really good thing because we're in an educational window within that first year. Specifically, the first 0 to 6 months is a certain type of education that really has to do with baby's gut bacteria. And after that, when we're starting solids, it's a different type of education. And we're really focusing on allergens and making sure your baby has the framework that they need, or the kind of nutritional buckets full in such a way where they can have immune resilience. If you're thinking that my baby isn't ready for this, or I'm concerned about reactions, it's important to remember that, plant foods are actually quite essential for the development of your baby's microbiome or their gut bacteria. And here's the truth. You don't have to start big. It can be really easy and really doable. You can even mimic the study itself and just get some freeze-dried blueberry powder to add into baby's food on a daily basis. Some other ideas are you can add smashed blueberries to breast milk popsicles. You can add in your freeze-dried blueberry powder into some whipped bone marrow. We always want to layer in nutrition if possible. You can also add in purple sweet potatoes and blend that with like chicken stock and some flaked dark meat. These are really fantastic ways to both layer in nutrition and also get those purple foods stacked in. Purple foods and foods that are rich in anthocyanins are one way that we can support babies' immune system from the very start. Building immune tolerance and protecting against conditions like eczema and food allergy is not about avoiding allergens. It's really about creating an environment internally that knows how to stay calm. And we do this by supporting baby's immune system. If you'd like to learn more, I do have a class on first foods and this topic specifically about building immune resilience and eczema and food allergy conditions. And it comes with a private Instagram DM group where you can get even extra support and there's more of a community feel, which I really love and appreciate. And if you have any questions, hello@megangarcia.com.